Greetings, boys, girls, and gender rebels. Today I'm going to show you all how to lace yourself into a corset. There are plenty of other videos on this online already, including one by my amazing friend Lucy, who does a very good job covering corsetry over on her channel, Lucy's Corsetry. I'll put a link down in the description box if you're curious to check her stuff out. Specifically why I'm making my own video though, I get an overwhelming quantity of requests for me to do this, so here we are. I'm going to cover some basic corset care in this as well, simply because putting on your corset does have a couple of steps to bear in mind for the longevity of your corset. Step 1. Put on a cotton slip. You want a cotton slip between you and your corset at all times. Your skin produces oils and you can't easily wash a corset, so you want a layer of fabric between you and your corset at all times. Ideally, it will be a well-fitting slip without pronounced seams, as they will be pressed firmly into you. I just use tank tops. It's never been an issue for me. Step 2. Loosen the laces on your corset. For the first time you ever wear it, I'd suggest loosening them almost entirely, so the two halves of the corset are as far apart from each other as possible. This makes it easier to clasp the front. You'll get used to how much you have to loosen it as you wear it. Step 3. Put the corset on your body, then close the busk. The busk is what the boning on the front of the corset with the closing mechanism is called. The busk on the corset I am showing you here is curved, so that it goes in at the waist and out slightly at my ribs and my tummy. Most corsets have flat busks. They are all the same really though, just aesthetically different. Mine is not fancier for being curved, it's just different from the majority. Quick note to this step. If you cannot close your busk, your laces are not loose enough. If they are as loose as it gets, then you need longer laces, or possibly a larger corset, but I'd start by lengthening the laces. Now we're at the tricky step. Step 4. Lace yourself up. Have you ever worn really tall boots? Tightening a corset is similar to tightening boots, but to explain it in more detail, I start with the 2 bunny ear loops, the part of the laces that gets tied together at the end. I pull any easy slack out by tugging on those bunny loops, then slowly I work my way from the top to the middle, then the bottom to the middle, just tightening or loosening each X accordingly. Something important to bear in mind when lacing yourself is that you want your lacing gap, the space in the back, to be parallel to itself. So you don't want a bowing shape or an hourglass shape in the lacing itself. The reason for this is purely for the longevity of your corset. When you force the boning in the back to hold distorted shapes, it will buckle and shift around in the boning channel, and eventually the bones will poke out or start digging into your back very painfully. If your corset doesn't fit you very well, you can lace your gap with a V shape or an A shape, where it's tighter at the top and looser on the bottom, or vice versa. But make sure your bones are not bent or distorted. That's when the problems arise. Now, tie off your corset. It's okay if you fumble and have to do it a few times to get it to work. You're tying a bow behind your back. Practice makes progress, I should say. This is my training corset, by the way. It's heavily worn, stained, and pretty beaten up. Do not judge Amber over at Lovely Rats, the amazing woman who made me this corset. Any corset that you use to train will get some wear and tear, and I've slept in this bad boy, so he's well worn. But I'd avoid training in anything that you especially love the appearance of, or that is fragile. Wear and tear will occur, so stick to something simple that can be worn underneath clothing. Or not, I'm not your mother or anything. That's the lot. As one last note though, there's some controversy in the corset community on wrapping those loose strings around your waist and tying it at the front. There's no biological reason for why this is bad, but the corset itself will take quite a beating to the fabric with the laces rubbing on it like that. And you will bulk your waistline by adding stuff specifically to the smallest part of the corset. With that being said, you now know why some people hate it and can make an informed decision on what you want to do. That's all I have today, bunnies. Request anything else you'd like me to cover in a similar style down in the comments section. From the bottom of my little black heart, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. That's the lot. As one last note though, there is some controversy. God, why am I saying this word so weird? Controversy. There is some controversy. Controversy. Why am I having such a hard time pronouncing this word? Controversy. But that sounds wrong. Controversy? Oh, I've said it so many times now that it just doesn't sound like a word anymore. Controversy. Controversy.